In the name of God, the most merciful and kind, peace and blessings to you wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Bradford in West Yorkshire on a beautiful sunny morning. Look at that, wow. Mashallah. Blue skies. So after sub-zero temperatures last Friday, absolute tropical weather yesterday where it was minus in the morning, or about 13 or 14 degrees during the middle of the day, and then absolutely bucketing it down with rain in Greater Manchester. This morning we have blue skies. So wherever you are right now, I hope the sun is shining in your heart. You have peace and tranquility and harmony in your heart, and the nur of the light. Actually, you don't say it like that, the nur of the light. may nur and light also be in your heart. It's a little bit crazy, these linguistics and this language. So, marhaba, I hope you're well. And today I'm going to cover a subject which is very close to my heart, which is hypno driving, which is neuro-linguistic program for nervous drivers of every sort, really. So this concept and idea was developed about 12 to 15 years ago, after we studied and observed many drivers and what makes someone nervous. But I don't want to go too much into that today. Today I'm going to take you to the Driving Standards Agency and their driving test centre in Thornbury in Bradford, and tell you a little bit more about the actual driving test. So those of you that do not know, first thing, you need to apply for a provisional driving license. The second thing that is required is passing a theory test, a written test, and then the third part is a practical driving test. But today I'm going to talk to you about just the practical driving test itself. So, under the assumption that you have had your driver training and you are attending the driving test itself. So, under the understanding and many assumptions made here that you've had a high level of training, you have had quite a number of mock driving tests, you have passed those driving tests, you have trust and rapport in what your driving instructor is saying to you, and today is the day of your test. So many assumptions behind those sentences. So the told sizuna chideno cover kadi madi lesson chideno tik tak di kacha testuna makadi di kacha testuna chideno pass kadi madi or nin chideno driving test parazu. So this roundabout here is just on the right hand side as you come out of the actual car park, and it leads towards this direction here, and that over there I think is called Dick Lane. I forget the names of these roads. So as we're going today, remember the first thing is make sure you have your provisional driving license. Without the license, no test. Okay, let's go into the Driving Standards Agency centre here in Thornbury. Let's go and have a look and see what's going on inside. So this is the Driving and Vehicle Standards Agency Driving Test Centre. Here we go. The entrance, the automatic door. And let's turn in towards the left hand side. So as we come inside the waiting room, you will put your bottom on one of these seats over here, and then the examiners will come in from these doors here. So as they walk in, they will come and put their stuff over here, their iPads, and they will call you out. And when they call you out, they're going to excuse me, they will call your name, they will ask you to sign a declaration to say you've lived in the UK and that your driving instructor hopefully isn't dodgy, that they do have insurance and your car can go out on test. I'm just joking, right? They will have those things. Then you will walk outside in this direction. And somewhere in the car park at this point, the examiner will now introduce themselves and they will ask you to read a registration number from a car. You will walk out into this direction here, and at this point the examiner will ask you to read a number plate, and then you will walk back to your car, which will be parked somewhere over here, and the examiner may ask you one question outside the car, or he may ask you to open the bonnet. And at this point, when you go away from the actual test centre, you will drive for more or less about 40 minutes, following directions, examiner's directions for about 20 minutes, and the likelihood is follow a satellite navigator also for 20 minutes as well. When you come back into the Thornbury Driving Test Centre, you will be asked to park in a bay that looks like this. And once you have switched your engine off, like the white little car there, at that point the test will finish. The examiner will take a few minutes to update the iPad and will let you know whether you've been successful or whether you need to come back again. Advice: do not come back again. Make sure you pass it on this occasion, because the waiting lists for driving tests are extremely long and it's likely to continue for a while. So make sure you are test ready. Make sure you trust your instructor, you trust their expertise, and you pass at your first attempt. So one of the greatest values in my life is time and honesty, and I hate this button because it says late arrivals, please ring for assistance. So here's a piece of advice: do not waste your own time and do not waste anybody's too, because time is a God-given gift. So if you say to somebody, wait a minute, make sure it's a minute, because it's one of the biggest lies in the world. Because sometimes people say to you, can I have a minute? And they don't really mean that. They mean, can I have half an hour? So always tell the truth, always be integral, and always be on time. And if you're late, ring this button. Brings me to the point, make sure you're on time for your driving test as well, because if you are more than 5 minutes late, the likelihood is your driving test will not take place. So if you see illegal driving instruction, report it. And just in case you didn't know, look at this and this, and freaking definitely stay off this, as well as for a million reasons. It's freaking expensive as well, so stay off it. So the vehicles are arriving back. Jays is back, Diverse is back, and they're all back. Sabina, your car's back. Sabina's not speaking.